Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Gainer Gossip. As you can see, I am your host for today, Pluto, and our special guest is going to be my usual co-host, my beautiful, talented wife,
You're
Ginny.
so nice.
Babe, why don't you give yourself a little introduction in case the audience doesn't know who you are?
Hey guys, I'm Ginny, and as you know, usually I am a co-host with Pluto. This is our show, but today we kind of wanted to do something a little different. I'm an actress. I've been acting for a long time. I'm also a singer, a video editor. Now I'm a co-host on well, I guess we're both the same equal amount of hosts. Like I'm not your co-host because we're both equal. So
I mean, we are
I'm
co-hosts. We share the hosting duty. It's just today I'm the host because you're the
Yeah,
guest.
that's true. And yeah, I dabble in a bunch of different things. That's a little bit about me. So
Okay, but yeah, we decided to do a couple of these where I'll interview Ginny here, and then eventually I'll bring me on, and we'll switch spots, and they can interview me as well, just so you can also get to know us as well as our guest. So I guess the first thing we can go into is just where did your love for acting come from? Like, what got you inspired? I know you were like in and out of it. Like, you started in it young, and then kind of bounced into music, and then bounced back to it. So just like
hmm
what got that initial love, and then maybe what like drew you back to it.
honestly, I remember loving acting from the time I was like 5 years old and just seeing like older shows I used to watch with my grandparents. Like I used to watch shows like as like a toddler and a little kid. Like I Love Lucy. I would watch Leave It to Beaver. All these shows my grandparents liked. And I would just love the feel and the cinematography of like the acting, the scenes, the sets. It just really inspired me a lot. And my grandma was the one who, when I was very little, oh gosh, probably from the time I was like I want to say like 6 or 7. She got me super into music and we would sing together all the time. And that's kind of how my passion for that started. And then she got me really into acting as well. Because she and me would do like little funny, I don't say like skits, but just like little funny scenarios, or we would sing songs. Like one time we acted like we were at a concert together and performing for a bunch of people. My grandma was so much fun. And then as I got a little bit older, as like a 10 or 11, I would be inspired by a lot of shows I would watch. Like I was super inspired by reruns I would watch of like the OC, or when I would watch One Tree Hill, or just all these different shows. I really, first, I started really loving like more drama than comedy. And I remembered I always wanted to do that. Like I always just wanted to be on set and learn more. And basically like just the feeling I got when I watched a show, it would take me to another place. So no matter what I was going through, if I was going through something hard or a situation in my life, I would find there would be a certain show, like maybe a cartoon, or maybe a show like one of my drama shows like the OC or something, that I could relate to, and I felt like I was in a different world. But I like that feeling, which is why I was also super into reading at the time, because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like not just acting, but when we watch TV and when we watch movies, it takes us to another place, another time. So I just love that feel of it, and that's kind of how I got into it and started doing acting at like 10. Started doing it at first at my church. I was a lead in a bunch of plays there, and yeah, that's kind of how I got into it.
Cool. So yeah, I know you're focused. It's so weird asking you questions. I already know all these answers. Uh,
Well, you don't know some of them.
I know a lot of it. So I guess then, so like now you've pretty much transitioned to TikTok. It's like your main thing that you're doing to trying to drive that act and stuff. So like, what like got you to start on TikTok, and then like I don't know, like what about TikTok do you love that makes you want to make 4 or 5 videos a day and post them every day? What drives you to like stay on that app so as much as you are?
Yeah, that's a good question. So first off, I want to say first, TikToks. So as you know, I did a bunch of acting. Like I said, I did a bunch of acting in my church when I was a kid. I was a lead in a bunch of musicals that we did there. We did like I forget what it was called. What's it called? The Technicolor Dreamcoat. It's a Christian play that we did.
Mm-hmm.
We did some Christmas ones, things like that. And then in high school, I was in Sound of Music, Beauty and the Beast, Third and Round Millie, anything goes. So a bunch of things, and I was super into acting. And up until like I would say like a couple years ago, um, this was before TikTok though. Before I moved out to LA, I kind of lost my love of acting and I focused on music because a lot of people know this on TikTok already, but I was part of a very toxic agency. Don't want to say the name of it because I don't believe in putting that out there. But basically I was told that like I was a great actress, but I didn't have the right look to make it. Like I had to be blonde, I had to be super skinny. And I've always been skinny. Like I've never been fat. But like it put that ideology in my head that I wasn't pretty enough, that I wasn't good enough, that I didn't have what it takes to make it. So it really got in my head and really got in my mindset. And honestly, I regret listening to them because when I moved out to LA, I just pursued music. A lot of people think that I pursued acting and music. I did not pursue acting. I just pursued music. And I was really fortunate to be able to do some cool music stuff out in LA, like work for Sonic Box. We worked in Madonna's old studio in Beverly Hills, met some great friends there, like my best friend Bria, Ellie, met Devonna, met some amazing people there. But like basically when I was there, I still felt like something was missing. Yes, I missed my family and my friends. And at the time I was in a little bit of a toxic relationship. But with that being said, I think it's because I just listened to what my agency said about my acting.
Yeah.
Like I did 2 acting conventions, one out in Florida. That was the arts. And actually, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm gonna put this out there on the podcast. The amazing Charles Melton was at that same showcase as me. He was from a different state, but we all the states come together. And when I did the showcase in Florida, I met him in the arts convention, and he plays Reggie on Riverdale. He's an amazing person, guys. Truly inside out. Haven't talked to him in years. Like I said, I was at that convention with him. Haven't spoken to him in years, but I just know when I did meet him, he was an amazing soul, amazing person. And then I did the IMTA back in 2016, 2015. Yeah.
Hmm.
And at that one, that's when it got toxic. That's when that agency, not the one I did the arts with, the one I did IMTA with, that's when they were very toxic about a lot of things, about my look, my appearance. They would basically pick other people to meet these casting directors from like Disney, Nickelodeon, all these places. And she would never choose me because she said my arms were big. I had to wear a coat the whole time during the convention. It killed my self-esteem because of my arms. Like,
Hmm.
and it really hurt me a lot. So when I went out to LA, I didn't pursue acting, and I regret it to this day. I wish I was still out there pursuing acting because I never even tried to pursue it out there. And I do hope my goal is to move back there to pursue it. But basically, I had to explain all that to explain how I got into TikTok. When I first saw TikTok, I had a different account. It was just like fun stuff, not acting. And as you know too, babe, just fun videos. Didn't try to pursue acting, but I would see actors on there like Noah J. Wood and Chris Barnett and like just so many different people. And then Hiromi, like so many people I'm inspired by. And I remember one of the first skits I did was a duet with Hiromi, and it made me so happy doing that duet. And when she commented it, because I was really scared to pursue acting on TikTok because I've done a couple things before that, like just joking around acting wise. But I would
Yeah.
get comments like sometimes like, "Oh, pursue it," but I wasn't doing that. And then when I did that duet, and when I first made my first acting challenge, I was so nervous. I got like no likes on my acting challenge, like nothing, like, and that really made me nervous. So when I did that duet with her, it just made me feel so good that somebody so inspiring like liked that because she's someone I look up to, and it was just so cool. So that's kind of what got me on TikTok, and then I just kind of pursued it from there. I met amazing people, amazing friends, and I love social media because it not only gives us the opportunity to pursue our dreams with acting or whatever you love, it also connects us to so many people that we would not have met if we weren't on social media. Because some of my friends live in New York, live in Canada, live in Georgia, live in
Yeah.
Kansas, live in different places. So it's like it's amazing to be able to meet people like all over, like so many states and
Yeah.
Sweden and these locations, and to have social media to do that. So what keeps me on TikTok and YouTube, of course. For YouTube, I don't really connect with people on there. I just post content on there. But what keeps me on those platforms is doing what I love. And I'm just hoping that I'm making somebody else's day. And at the same time, it's also helping my platform as well, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, we talked about this the other day, like between all the people you've met on TikTok and have been collaborating with, and all the people that I play with, and all the actual plays, and that I've met through the initiative order and other communities. We could pretty much visit anywhere and have a place to stay because we have friends like all over the country and even some
Yeah,
outside of the country now. It's insane. And like
it's
before,
so
like
crazy.
I think like before COVID, I feel like COVID did help like expand like the reach of like people interacting online again a lot. I really feel like that really pushed people to do that. But I just feel like people like have been meeting a lot more online, especially in spaces where they're doing stuff that they're passionate about. So like it's a lot more accepted lately to like find friends
Mhm.
all over the place.
Definitely. And I think what's also really cool about TikTok too is it's not like I'm pursuing acting on there obviously
Yeah.
and dabble in music a little bit. But acting is like my main focus. But what's really cool about TikTok too isn't just like for me, for instance, it's for people that are trying to be doctors or have a cosmetic line, have a jewelry line, like people that are talking about anxiety, people that are chefs, like it's a place where I feel like what's really cool about TikTok is whatever your content, whatever you're into comes up on your For You page, right?
Yeah.
So those people you're going to find are going to be like-minded individuals like you who are into the same things that you are into. So it's really cool because you meet people on TikTok and like a bunch of like for instance like a bunch of acting stuff will pop up on my For You page. I
Hmm.
may make a friend from that just by being like, "Oh my gosh, this actor is amazing. I wouldn't have saw them, if I wasn't on TikTok." And then like I comment their stuff, they comment me, we kind of talk back and forth and the connection kind of builds. And it's cool because on TikTok, I feel like it's an awesome platform because unlike Instagram, unlike YouTube, and unlike Facebook, you're meeting people on there that are going to have the same interests as you because that's what your For You page is for. So whatever content you watch, that's the content you're going to like see. And those are the people you're going to connect with that are like you. So I think it's super cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like the way TikTok curates your stuff to like just show you stuff that you're interested in, and even like without like even really much setup. Like when I first got on TikTok, my FYP was like all queer and D&D stuff without even really setting that up. So like they really, I
It's
don't know
really
how they do that, but it's really cool that like you can go on there and find people that are like minded. Like I didn't even
definitely.
know a lot of people that I've met in tabletop that like met each other through TikTok, through D&D TikTok, and have like played
Mhm.
games and set up games through that because there's just so many people on there in different niches that you might not even think of, but there's pretty much one out there for everybody.
Definitely. And it's super cool. And the final thing I love about it is like you can connect to a casting director or somebody big in the industry that you may not have that opportunity. Like if you don't live out
Hmm.
in LA right now or live out in New York or live in a big hub where a big acting hub is, you may not have that opportunity to connect with them. But because of TikTok, so many people have gotten started. Like Addison Rae has been in multiple movies. Now she's doing a movie with Ryan Reynolds. This other girl, Sarah, on TikTok, she got on the show called Little Big Shots that was on Disney Plus. Noah J was doing big things like, you know, Hiromi's doing great things. I'm so proud of her, and I'm grateful that she's a friend. Hiromi, shout out to you. You're awesome. Um, and so many people are doing such awesome stuff on there, and it's because TikTok gives you the ability. Say you tag Hulu, say you tag Netflix, just by some chance, or you're just on there by your hashtags, and they see you and they like you. You may get cast in a TV show or movie, and I know people are like, "Oh, that may not happen," but it's so true because it has happened multiple times. And people on TikTok, just for even their content, like Josh Richards is a genius. He's
Hmm.
literally only 21, but he's making millions of dollars a year because he's posting content. And he may have haters, but he doesn't care. Who would care? Because at the end of the day, he's doing what he loves. And TikTok isn't just for actors, it's for any niche. You can make so much money by being on TikTok doing what you love. And I just think it's cool because you can be your own boss. And that's always been my goal is eventually I want to be my own boss and I want to inspire other people and help other people. And I think that's what's really cool too about social media, like in general.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I just feel like social media still has a bad rep with a lot of like older people, and I don't think they really understand like the reach that it has. Like so many people can make it off of there, like what no matter what kind of field you're in. Like it's just if you get the right
Mhm.
follow and the right reach, then like you can do anything with it, honestly.
Yeah, like there's this family I follow. They're both they're a husband and wife. I love them so much. They're called the Stotts family. She's 33, he's 33, so they're very young. And like they make a bunch of content and just being themselves and they get a lot of love because they have millions of followers, but sometimes they get hate. And I'll read the comments and I'll be like, what's the point of even hating on somebody? I just never understood that. It's so childish. It means you don't have your own life. And if you're hating on somebody else, you should go and change your own life because clearly you're not happy with it. And they'll say, like, oh, how do you guys buy this stuff? How do you guys do this stuff? Get a real job. And they do the same thing even to Addison Ray. And I'm thinking, like, people don't realize being a content creator, if you're being successful, making lots of money, it is a real job. And they put a lot into their videos. And what also people don't realize also is like when they say get a real job, how do you have money? They have money because they are successful content creators. They're probably getting like at least $1 million a month for their content because their channel's so big. So people, I think, just have this pre notion that you can't make money off of social media when they are completely wrong about that.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I just feel like even
Older
like
people, yeah.
yeah, I just feel like even Hollywood itself, like it's gone so digital with a lot of like auditions and casting calls and stuff. Like you still have to be like out there to really, or at least in an area like LA to do stuff.
Yeah,
Like Ohio doesn't really have much at all, but like a lot of
yeah,
that stuff is still digitalized because it's just how people have gotten used to operating over the last couple of years, and it's they can see that
definitely.
it's very doable to do so.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so you mentioned all your different TikTok creators that inspired you and some of the ones that you've worked with and stuff. Is there anyone that you haven't worked with yet? Like besides just like, duet on their stuff that you would love to like actually collab with at some point in the future?
So truthfully, I get really excited when I get to collab with my friends because I think like that's the most important fun thing of all because I look up to all my friends that are actors, like a lot. And I know we all support each other, look up to each other. And I just think so yeah, I'll go into this. It's a long spiel, but I just think that like getting that opportunity to collab with my friends and collab with the people I'm closest to is probably the most fun because we can feed off of each other and I admire them as actors and I would assume they admire me as an actor. And I just think it's cool when we can collab together and just have that friendship where we can be so comfortable and open. And I'm always honored when my friends want to like do duets with me or do stuff with me because to me that means a lot because I think that that's just a super cool feeling. Um, somebody I would love to do like a skit with that I haven't would probably be Noah J Wood. Like
Mm-hmm.
I just look up to his content so much. I think he is like one of the best actors. I just think that he makes phenomenal videos. And honestly, like he's just somebody who, honestly, like I said, he's one of the people that inspired me to do it because I saw him out there on TikTok being himself, making his content. And I was like, man, I wish I could do that. But like, I'm so worried about my videos. What would I post? Like, what would people think? Like, I don't know. And I was so in my head. And then I was like, you know what? Like, F it. Like, I don't care. Like, at the end of the day, I need to start believing in myself. And TikTok really gave me a lot of confidence, honestly. But he's somebody who I would love to work with on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say Hiromi too, because even though we're friends and I get to duet her, which is amazing, I would love to maybe do a skit with her sometime. She's just so incredible. But she's super busy too. And then I would say somebody else I haven't collabed would be super fun would be Fash. He's amazing. He makes amazing content. I'd love to do a skit with Fash if he ever, knew my content eventually or something.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be cool to do a skit with him. So those are probably the people on TikTok I would love to work with. And if we're going by not just actors, I would absolutely love to do a duet with Talia, like, or just be her friend from the Scott's family because I just think that she seems really nice and really cool. So, hmm
And then let's see, what else can I ask you for our audience here? Let's
you can ask
see.
me anything.
I'm trying to think of stuff that I can get detailed answers. So I know so much about all of this. So
Yeah,
like,
I know.
um, okay. So acting wise, I know there's a lot of different stuff that you want to do with it. Is there like any like main inspirations out there, like genre or actor or movie wise? And is there like any type of like setting that you would aim for? Like don't typecast yourself, but typecast yourself. Like what would like what kind of roles would you really love to do over like anything else?
Um, So first off, I do want to say this just because I feel like I haven't like said this yet. And I want to say first off, I am so grateful because I am signed to an agency here in Ohio, PCG Talent. I'm very grateful to be signed to them. So I don't want people to think like that I'm not saying, good things about that because I'm so grateful and I'm so grateful. And I like, I do auditions with them. Um, in Ohio, there's not a lot of work, but I'm so grateful, and I do want to say that, because I know I said about like wanting to eventually go out to LA and pursue that, but I would still say sign with them as well because I'm grateful they took me on, and I've been with them for about a year, and I'm very honored to be part of that team because Joanna and everybody's so nice. Now to answer your question, um, so I am inspired by so many actors. That's what's crazy. I can literally watch a show or a movie and get inspiration by so many people. Like a lot of my skits and a lot of the acting challenges I come up with are inspired by just I'll watch a TV show or I'll watch a movie and I'll be like, "Oh my gosh, wait, this idea is so cool. Let me just roll with this and like come up with something." Like my mind is always working. Like even right now, I'm coming up with like 5 different acting challenges in my head. And sometimes it's too much because when I do that, I want to create that content and I have so many drafts. For you people that don't know, Pluto knows. And I think one of my other friends knows as well. But that's about it. I have like 180 drafts on TikTok that I have never posted, and I'll make new drafts. It will just keep adding up because I'll always come up with new ideas, and it's bad in a way because my mind is like that. But yeah, some people that inspire me, I would say 100% is The Rock. First off, I would love to work with The Rock. The Rock is an actor that I would absolutely be honored and just shell shocked to work with The Rock because The Rock is somebody I think who does things very well. Like he's very successful. And I don't know him in person, so I can't quote this, but by what I think he perceives, he's very humble. He cares about other people. He loves other people. And I just feel like he inspires me so much to like when I make it, like obviously I know where I'm from. I know who I am, and I'm old enough to know I would not change if I made it or when I make it, because I gotta manifest that I'm gonna make it out there. So keep the manifestation out there, guys. Always believe in yourself. But with The Rock, like he's just somebody I look up to. And I love Ryan Reynolds. Yes, of course, Ryan Reynolds is gorgeous. We all know Pluto, you have a crush. But I absolutely love
No,
Ryan Reynolds.
no
Like
need to call me out like that.
everyone knows. Um, I love Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is so amazing. He's a great actor, and I'm not talking about looks. I'm the type of person because I'm an actor, you guys. I know people are attractive out there. Like I know there's a lot of attractive guys out there and girls. But I look at it more from like I want to work with you because I'm happily married. I love Pluto. So I look at it like I want to
You
work with you because
do?
yes,
Oh.
I want to work with you because I want to be your friend. Yes, you're attractive, but I want to be your friend. I look at you as an actor and I'm like, okay, like how can I learn off of you? It's even with my friends, I do that. Like, how can we learn from each other? How can you help me? How can I help you? How can we help each other grow? Because I feel like in acting, you're always learning, you're always growing.
Hmm.
But I'm a big talker, so I'm gonna cut this down. The
No,
Rock,
you're fine. We have a lot of time to fill, so keep talking as much
okay.
as you want.
The Rock, Ryan Reynolds, Reese Witherspoon, Julia Roberts, um, Felix Maillard, because I love Felix Maillard. Felix Maillard, yes, is hot. We all know it. But I absolutely love Felix Maillard, aka Marcus on Ginny and Georgia. Amazing actor. The reason I love his acting so much is because his emotions and expressions. And I feel like like I feel like that's why I got so connected to Marcus. It's not because of Felix's looks, because for me, I don't judge people off of that. I judge people's acting off of their real acting ability. And like if I like a character, it's because they're playing the part, portraying it very well. So he just portrays Marcus so well. And I've seen him portray other roles, and he can just flip, like even having the accent of being Australian, but doing the American accent. Accents aren't easy. So I really look up to him. I'd love to be his friend. I'd love to work with him. Um, I would also say I would love to work with oh my gosh, so many people. Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell is somebody who makes me laugh. I love Will Ferrell's movies. Anything he takes on, he's a genius. Adam Sandler. Let me play Adam Sandler's daughter in a movie because I'm telling you, I love Adam Sandler. Okay, like Adam Sandler. This
Well, the way he trends, he just brings all his family and friends in all his movies. So you just got to become his friend somehow, and then you can do it in every single one of his movies until he retires.
right, right. This man literally, y'all, like started his own production, like Happy Gilmore Productions, and I love that he includes his family, he includes his friends. Like he's just so humble. Like, how can someone not say that Adam Sandler is a great actor and everything that he does and just a good-hearted person? And I want to do the same. Like when I make it, I want to include my friends. I want to include my family. I love acting, but I also love production. I also love um making just any kind of story out of anything. So not just telling the story through acting, but I love video editing. I love doing that. So I just really look up to Adam Sandler. I would say, so let's see, Julia Roberts, Adam Sandler, Ryan Reynolds, The Rock, Felix, anybody from Riverdale, which like I just love the cast, especially Madeline. I love them so much. It's weird because I know Charles, but I'd love to work with Charles because I think that he's just a great actor too. Um, and then I would love to, yeah, work with everybody in my favorite shows. Like love to work with Noah. I would love to work, Noah, I think I pronounced his name wrong. Centeno, is that his name? Um from
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, from To All the Boys I Ever Loved. I love those movies. So yeah, just there's so many good actors out there. It's hard to choose, but it's crazy because my main ones would probably be The Rock, Ryan Reynolds, um, Julia Roberts, Will Ferrell, Reese Witherspoon, and probably Felix. Those are probably my top actors that I would love to work with. But in like legends, just legends, like like Jamie Foxx is a legend. Will Smith, I know he's questionable his actions, but he's a great actor. Um, and yeah, just a lot of legends that I look up to that inspire me.
Okay. And then third part of that question, like,
Oh wait, sorry, one thing. And rest her soul, I could never work with her, but I love Betty White. She inspires me
oh my
so
god,
much
yeah.
as an actress. I had to say that.
That's fair. Second part of the question though. Oh man, sorry. Shit.
You're good.
What like specific genres do you see yourself like really focusing on, or like I know you want to do a lot of different roles, like because I know you like to bounce around a lot. But is there like a specific like genre or role or even type of like character that you think you would more gravitate towards than anything else when you did an acting?
Yeah, that's a really good question. It's a really good question. Sorry, I forgot about that second part of the
No,
question.
you're good.
Sometimes I get on these tangents, and you know this about me. I'll just talk, and then I'll forget stuff.
No, you're
um.
you're good.
Okay, so second part of the question. Okay, so I love drama shows. Like I absolutely love drama shows. And that being like shows like Ginny and Georgia, Summer I Turned Pretty, One Tree Hill, The OC, Gilmore Girls. Um, I could go on and on. I just can't think of them. Riverdale, just those type of shows. So I would say like the genre I'd probably want to be in would be like drama, just because Gossip Girl, duh. Because I love drama so much. And just because I look like I could play high school, like I look younger than I am. I feel like I could play a high school or a college role, so I'd probably be typecast in that. So many people my age are being casted like shows like Never Have I Ever, Bridgerton, who are around my age are being casted as high schoolers. Um, but it wouldn't bother me to be typecasted as that because honestly, like I love those type of shows. So I feel like I would have fun playing that type of role. Like if somebody wants to cast me for like a 17-year-old, hell, I'll be 17 again. I don't care. Like that's a movie, 17 again. I'll be 17 again. I don't care. It's an honor to look younger. Um, so like I think that would be super cool. Also I really love horror, but like slasher horror. So like it would be so fun to not even be I would love to be in a Scream movie and play the killer, but it would be fun to also just play in any type of horror movie that's like a slasher horror movie, either being the person on the end of getting slashed or the killer. Like, and I know that's extreme, but I love that type of movie. Like it's funny, I don't like paranormal
So,
horror.
so you don't want to be the final girl. Either you want to die or kill. See
Oh
how it
no,
is.
no. If I'm the final girl, that's fine too. I forgot about that. So yeah, that would be cool to be the final girl. But just logically speaking, like honestly, just getting into the business, any kind of role I could play like that, even a small role would be amazing. Or a show like Ginny and Georgia. I would love to play Ginny's role as the daughter. I would love to play Georgia's role as the mom because Georgia's a young mom. Um, so like honestly, like I'm the type of person, I'm very flexible when it comes to acting because I believe we can always learn from different things. I wouldn't want to do roles like paranormal roles. I don't like those kind of roles. I don't know why. And I'm not going to get into that. I just don't like that kind of role. And when I mean paranormal, I don't mean like the movie Lucy Hill was in, Truth or Dare. That's paranormal, but that's fine. I would play that type of role. I mean like just there's certain streams that I wouldn't hit. Like I would play in Sabrina. That's paranormal.
Uh-huh.
Sabrina. But like there it just hits a certain level as to where I wouldn't play that. But other than that, I'm pretty open. But my favorite role I think would just to play in like a love movie, playing like a rom-com. I would love that so much. Like being a love interest in a love movie. Um like it would just be so much fun because I really love rom-coms. And it can be a dramatic romance movie. Like so many classic movies, you guys. I am big on my TV couples and movie couples. I cry, like I'm not gonna lie. I love shows like that, and movies. And you know, another one of my dreams would be to play in a show like Queen Charlotte or Bridgerton because I love that. I would never want to live then because of like how the world was back then. But I love that time period in TV and movies. So I think like anything from like Little Women to like Bridgerton would be kind of cool. Or also a show like Reign back in the Renaissance era. So yeah, I'm pretty open, but I think those are my favorite. Probably anything like with vampires would be really cool. Anything with like romance and love, or like a horror film, slasher, preferably,
Mm-hmm.
or anything like that. And also like Disney. I love Disney. If I could play like in an upcoming Disney thing, my dream role, like dream role, would to be added to the Marvel franchise because I love Marvel. I am a Marvel nerd. I love Marvel so much. I would love to be in the Marvel franchise. So that's my first dream role. My second is to get a movie or a TV show series, get a lead role on one that's based off of a book. Whether that be preferably like a rom-com book, a romance book, just something based off of that because I really think that's cool. I really love literature. But yeah, if I can get casted in Ginny and Georgia season 4, which will probably air in like now, even as a small role, even like one speaking line, I would be very happy. So I'm putting that out in the universe.
All the shows you to be on, you want to be on that show? Bleh.
I love that show. Don't even get me
No,
started.
really? I couldn't tell.
And I feel weird because it's my name.
Yep,
Like,
that's what it is. It's just a little bit of narcissism. It's like, oh,
I
this show has my name in it. I love it.
no, I'm not narcissistic at all. You know me. I just think it's cool. I don't know. I love my name, but see, like, I'm not gonna lie to people. Like, I love my name. And the reason why is I was named from my grandma, which is that my grandma was the best woman on this planet. Now she's the best woman in heaven. God rest her soul. But I love my name so much. Like I am so honored to have my grandma's name. And I just dropped the hand sanitizer. I really like
Good
my name.
job. Nice.
My bad.
Oh man. Let's see. What else can we discuss?
Anything you want to ask me?
I'm thinking. As we've done so much, we've talked about so much of this stuff like off screen. I'm trying to think what else we can poke at.
Okay.
I guess this is more of a softball one, but do you like have a preference whether you would want to be in TV or movies one day? Because like a lot of Hollywood actors, like some have some crossover. Like it's not uncommon. Like there is some that do both, but most actors specialize in either one or the other. So like if you would get stuck in one or the other, which would you prefer like to do?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, there are a lot of actors that are in both, like you said, and then some aren't. There are some that are just on TV. Honestly, I would. It's weird to say this because I think a lot of people would probably say movies because a lot of people think actors that are in movies are bigger actors. But I kind of disagree with that. I think they're big actors, yes. I know you and I had this discussion before too. But I also think there's something about just following a character's progression. And what I mean by that is like, yes, someone could argue that, okay, and this is true. If it's a movie, it could be like Hunger Games 1, Hunger Games 2, Hunger Games 3. Like it could be like a franchise. So you would see the character progress. So that's the only difference. But if you're talking about like a movie like I don't know, like a one-off movie or something. I would prefer TV because like I said, I love the character's progression. I want to play my character so well where people follow my character story and really get attached to my character the way I get attached to my favorite characters on TV. So for me, it would definitely be TV because there's so many shows I watch where I'm like, oh my God, this season's over, but oh my gosh, season 2 is going to come out. Season 3 is going to come out. I mean, we can even argue to say like Grant Gustin, that's another person I love to work with. Amazing actor. I love Grant so much. And he's been the Flash for what, over 9 years, right?
Something like that. I mean, 9 seasons. So
Yeah. And Grant is a bigger actor than somebody who stars in a one-off movie. And again,
yeah,
I'm not.
it depends on the level of movie and level of show because I don't know. It for shows it depends mostly. I feel like on network and like
Yeah.
time slot because like some shows even on like Fox and stuff aren't going to be super big if they're like a midday TV slot. So it's just mostly about like that prime time and the type of show it is. And then movies, anything that's not in theaters is not really gonna blow you up. If it's a straight to TV movie, then it's usually like Hallmark or Lifetime or some other random channel or like
Nothing wrong with
Freeform.
Hallmark or Lifetime.
Yeah, but like, can you name the actors in those movies besides like the big ones who only do them, like Candace Cameron? Like a lot of the actors in those movies, you're not gonna know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like, it just depends on like the type of movie and
But
type
I
of show.
also, but I also want to say to that though something too. Like, see, this question is kind of hard for me because even though a lot of people don't know those actors on Hallmark or Lifetime movies, I still admire them because at the end of the day, they're doing what they love, and every acting job is important. Like, even like, I think a lot of people have this like image or perception that like you have to be a big actor to like be like somebody that's important. But like some actors start off even like in one-offs like that. Like there may be an actor that starts off in like a Hallmark or Lifetime movie, play this small part and may not get a big role for like 5 or 6 years and then get casted on a lead show. I mean, I'm gonna even
Mm-hmm.
take Felix for example. Felix was on the show Neighbors, which is an Australian show. A lot of people don't know about it. And he did that show for I believe 4 years. And no, if you were to see Felix on that show and watch that show, you'd be like, well, who is that? Like, I have no idea who that is. Um, but then like, kept working hard, got happy together. That show got canceled after a season, which I detest too because it was a great show. I recently watched it. And then he got cast on Ginny and Georgia. Now everybody knows him as Marcus Baker, and he's huge now because Ginny and Georgia's huge. So I think like every part in every acting role is important. It doesn't matter what you do. It just matters about you having the passion and believing like, hey, I got this part right now, but I'm gonna, grow and do better. So even if I started off on a Hallmark or Lifetime movie, like, and I did one movie, I would be happy. And then maybe like eventually in time get casted as like, a recurring character on a TV show, bump up to a lead actor. I'd be happy with that. But I would say for me, definitely TV because of the because it's going to be more known, but probably because just my love for it. Like I get really into like even my own skits I make. Like I got to make people relate to this character. I want people to feel this character's pain. I want people to feel this character's emotions. I want people to truly watch my character and feel like they know my character. So I feel like for me TV just because I'll say this, for me TV because I want my people to grow with my character unless it's Marvel. And then if I'm like a lead person in a Marvel movie, they're still growing with my character because it's like an ongoing franchise. Um, so yeah, that'd probably be my answer to that. Yeah.
Is there any Marvel or DC characters that haven't been in the movies yet that you would want to play?
Oh wow.
Or even like
In
in the new Marvel verse, because there's like another rebringing back the X Men, they're rebringing back the Fantastic Four, and then there's still like a millions of characters out there that aren't a part of it yet.
yeah, that's a good question. That's a really good question actually. In a perfect world, I would love to play like a new Iron Man, but Iron Man is a man, so I couldn't play that.
Well, I mean, they're already kind of doing that. Ironheart's the new Iron Man, pretty much,
That's
from
true. That's
the
true.
Black Panther movie.
That's true. Yeah. Um, I don't know. That's a good question. I'd have to think about that one because I would love to play like if they ever redid like the cast and oh my gosh, like Scarlett Johansson is amazing. It's another actor I love to work with. Anybody guys that I didn't mention in the Marvel movies like freaking Robert Downing Jr., Chris Hemsworth, Chris Pines, like all of them, like Chris Evans, all of these amazing actors. There's so many more. That play Tom Holland, all them, Zendaya in these movies. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what character because I would love to be like Black Widow. That's where I was gonna go with that, like a new version of that. But
Hmm.
again, Scarlett Johansson's phenomenal. I'd want to make sure I did that part justice because she is so good. Like I look up to her a lot. So yeah.
All right. I think we're gonna do time for like a few more questions.
Ask me anything.
Anything? How'd you get so lucky to have such a beautiful, awesome husband?
Oh my gosh, that is not a professional
What?
question.
I'm just the audience wants to know. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Now, let me think. Is there
So I'll
any
start crying. You know
projects?
I'm
Is there any
emotional.
projects or anything that you are like have in the pipeline or that you're working on that you're like really excited about that you like want to expand on?
Yeah, so actually it's interesting you asked me that. So it's not, so I have a couple things, and the first thing's not a project. On my TikTok channel, I created a whole list of courses about like how I get into my character. It's called TikTok series. You have to have like a certain amount of followers to get TikTok series. And basically for my TikTok series, I made a list of, don't quote me, it's maybe the wrong amount, but I think it was 6 videos. It's probably like 40 minutes long. Um, how to get into the character, basically how to do improv with examples, what times to post on social media, et cetera, et cetera. A few different things. If people want to check those courses out, that is on my TikTok channel under TikTok series. And it was really fun to do that because for that, like I got to take a lot of the tips I learned through improv classes, through like doing different things with like commercial that I've learned. And because I've taken a lot of classes, guys. Like I don't talk about that often, but I've taken a lot of classes. I actually have my certification through Barbizon Modeling School for modeling and acting, that I got through my old agency. And I've taken a lot of classes, a lot of courses, and I've learned a lot. And I think acting classes, even now, like, I want to take more acting classes because I think acting classes, the biggest actors in the world and like the most talented actors in the world, even the ones that are up there, you can never stop learning. It's like anything in life. It's like you just, everything you want to do more, you want to keep succeeding, you got to keep growing. So for me, I think you can never stop learning. But from the knowledge that I have so far, I wanted to give that knowledge to people at an affordable price. I may drop the price down, it may be a little too high. Um, but yeah, if you guys want to check them out, like I'm very honored to give you guys that knowledge because I've taken a lot of acting class, and that's from a lot of like how I make my content, how I come up with ideas through those different courses. So yeah, I was happy to give that. And like eventually, like I said, when I make it out there, I want to help people. Like I don't want to charge people anything. It's just right now I gotta, we all at the end of the day, like if we put in the work, we gotta charge a little something because it's
Hmm.
only fair to the person creating the classes. But me myself, when I make it big and I have all kinds of money eventually, I won't need money because I'll have enough of it so that I'll be able to help people for free. And I want to help so many people. I want to eventually start like my own community where it's free to go there. You audition, any actor of any age, could be 3-year old, could be a 70-year-old man, like doesn't matter. Like I want to help get them in contact once I know those people with the right producers, the right casting agents, the right managers, and just help people because it's hard to get in the entertainment industry and it's expensive. Like my headshots were expensive. I'm not gonna lie. I paid a good amount for those, but I saved up the money to get them. And people don't realize like it's really hard to get involved in this kind of business. And it's nice to have people that want to help you. And I generally want to help people. So when I'm at that level, I want to give back and help others. And there's been a lot of people that have helped me that I'm really fortunate that have in the past and even now, just with their advice, with their guidance. So I just want to give back to people. So that's something. Another thing is with a couple of my friends, the Danny Parade is such a fun skit. We're gonna add a couple new episodes of that coming out. I just auditioned for The Circle, the show on Netflix. So if I get that, that would be amazing. I would be so happy because that's one of my favorite shows. I love it. And I auditioned but I auditioned by being, like I said, I want to be myself on the show. I don't want to pretend to be somebody else. Um, yeah, I just think it'd be so cool to get that. And then yeah, basically I'm trying to become partner on YouTube right now. So if that, once I get the views enough for that, I'm so honored. It amazes me like the support on YouTube because I'm so new to YouTube and I'm so grateful for it honestly because when I joined YouTube a couple months ago, I was scared with the whole like TikTok may shut down and that's the only reason why I joined YouTube because I was like, well, I got to have another platform to have my content on and I was so scared and hope that never happens to TikTok, because so many amazing people on there that people need to see, not just actors, just people in general, and so many connections. Like, that can't happen. TikTok's a great community for people, I feel like, personally. But I did YouTube because I was like, well, if TikTok goes, I gotta have another place. So I pushed myself to be on YouTube, to be on start posting my content on Instagram, to post on Facebook Reels. And it keeps me very busy. But I love it, and I wouldn't change it for the world. But that, and then I do have some auditions coming up with my agency through PCG Talent. I'm gonna audition for this one thing coming up. So yeah, just that kind of stuff. I was supposed to audition, truthfully, for the theater here in Ohio, but I kind of had something happen, that not anything bad, just my own self. I was going through something. I believe we can talk openly about this. And I want to people. I was going through some mental health struggles because I was worried about my family and some other things. So I actually missed my audition for that. So that made me kind of sad. But there's some days where we just need time for ourselves. And sometimes we can't push ourselves when we're going through something. We have to just know that it's okay to take time for ourselves. And I went through a burnout that week, so I just couldn't do it. But I did audition for the Circle, so I'm hoping to get that. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you enrolling as yourself?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So I don't know how much I can say after the audition, because like I don't know how that works. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna go on as myself, I said in there, because I want to see how I can do just being me. And I just think it'd be cool to see how far like I could go by just being myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I was gonna go on as you at first, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna go on.
If you went on as me, you would get voted off the first episode. They'd be like, ugh.
You stop. You know that you're gorgeous.
Nah.
Nice.
Okay, let's see. I'm trying to think of what else we can ask here.
Anything you want to ask me. Anything about Disney, anything about acting, anything you want to ask.
What's your favorite Disney movie and why?
Oh gosh, you already know the answer to this.
Yeah, but they don't.
I know. Actually, I think some people may. I don't know. Not everybody though.
The general audience does not know.
That's true. I have two actually. So I don't just have one, because I'm complicated like that. My favorite two Disney movies are The Lion King and Aladdin. First off, Lion King, because I love animals. I've always loved animals, you guys. Like, I was that person as a kid when everybody wanted, like, I don't think anybody knows this actually, so this is something new I'm telling people. When everybody wanted like baby dolls to like take care of, and like, you know how when you're a little girl and they're like, oh, I want to be like a mom to this like little baby doll, because you're a little girl and you're like being a mom as a kid to like this little baby doll you have. That was never me. I always wanted stuffed animals. So I love stuffed animals. Like, I just never wanted the baby dolls. I wanted like the stuffed lions, the stuffed wolves, the stuffed dogs, like stuffed anything. I just love animals. So The Lion King, since I'm a huge animal lover, Simba's so cute. And as a kid, I remember watching that movie and I bawled my eyes out when Mufasa died. Spoiler alert. I'm just kidding. When Mufasa died, I bawled my eyes out.
Now I can't watch it. Like, how? You ruined it for me. Darn.
I know. I said spoiler alert. You should have covered your ears. Just kidding.
I can't cover my ears. I got headphones in.
That's
true.
That's true. You make a good point. But so I love that movie. Like, oh, it's so good. And then my second favorite movie is Aladdin. I just love Aladdin. I had a crush on Aladdin when I was a kid. I was probably like 9, it's normal to have a crush on a cartoon character. I thought Aladdin was dashing. Aladdin was charming. I loved Aladdin so much. And it's so funny. I was talking to Pluto the other day and I was like, I really love just eating bread plain sometimes. And I was like, so did Aladdin. And Pluto's like, that's because Aladdin was broke.
Yeah, Aladdin was poor. That's all they could take. It was 100% not a choice.
As a kid, I would just like eat bread. But I love Aladdin. Sourdough bread's my favorite. Oh my gosh. But I love Aladdin so much. Aladdin is amazing. And if I had to pick a third movie, it would be Ratatouille, because Remy is adorable, so cute. And I just see, you guys, my favorite Disney movies besides Aladdin, and you also gotta kind of count Aladdin because Raja's in there and Raja's a tiger.
And Abu.
Yeah, and Abu. I love Abu.
How dare you forget about Abu? You should be ashamed of yourself. Ashamed, Ginny.
I know. Shame. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Abu. But
Okay.
besides that movie, all my other favorite Disney movies have animals, like Lion King, Ratatouille. So it's like, yeah, those are like my top movies for sure.
Okay.
I
Okay.
would I was gonna say too, number four is Beauty and the Beast because I love Belle. As a kid I reminded myself so much of her because she loves books,
Yep.
um, loves reading. And why'd you say it like that?
Now I'm just saying, of course you love Beauty and the Beast. It's like us. You're Beauty and I'm a Beast.
Oh my god. See, Pluto's just a narcissist fishing for compliments, y'all. Like
Yep, I am. I need the validation. It fuels me.
it fuels your soul. No, but yeah, that's what I would say probably for sure. And I would love to play like in a Disney remake, like when they do like the live action.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say this too, real quick? Um,
Sure, shoot.
I am very excited about the live action version of Little Mermaid. I am so excited. I think Chloe is an amazing actress, a phenomenal, pardon my French for people that don't cuss, but a phenomenal fucking singer. She is incredible. And like, if anybody is given hate to that movie because some people are like, oh, she doesn't look like the cartoon version of Ariel, who cares? I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand that. Like, she deserves the role. She is amazing. She is phenomenal. Ariel, she's gonna kill it as Ariel. I'm actually seeing it with my mom on Saturday, and I can't wait. And I'm just so excited. Like, I love her, and I love the representation. Like, I love that we have this amazing female Black actress that's getting this role. And I think it's just gonna, I don't know. Like, I saw videos on TikTok of these little girls, like Black girls, like so excited because someone's finally like representing like one of their Disney princesses that looks like them. And like, I just think that's so cool. Like, I don't know why there's some people, and mind you, like a lot of people are loving it, which I'm very happy about. But I hate the people that are being haters, like, oh, she's not white, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Like, who made your opinion matter? And at the end of the day, stop being so racist. Because to me, that just bothers me. Like when people say stuff like that. I'm not going to get all into that right now, but I just can't stand racist people for one. And for two, I am so excited about her taking on this role. And she 100% deserves it because she's got the voice, she's got the beauty, she's got the talent, everything, period. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's a great pick because she has definitely has the voice. Because Haley, what is her last name? Haley. I don't remember. Haley's voice though is amazing. Weren't they in a
I can't
group?
remember her last name either.
Weren't
I
they
just
in
know
a
Chloe.
group like recently, like Chloe and Haley or something like that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know their last name, but right now for some reason it's
yeah. It's
dropped.
just it's escaping my mind. But yeah, their voice really good. Like the trailer looks fantastic, and I honestly it made sense because Little Mermaid takes place in the Caribbeans. Of course, there's going to be a black mermaid. It's the Caribbeans. Like it makes more sense
Right.
honestly than anything, to be truthful. But
No, I
people that
agree.
have an issue with her, the same people that have an issue with anything else that's just not in their little worldview. Like they'll just like it's like to complain about that kind of shit.
People will have an issue with anything. Like, I know you didn't
Like
ask me about this, but like, being a content creator on social media or anytime you put yourself, and this too, Pluto, anytime you put yourself anywhere on social media, or anywhere, TV, movie, anywhere, doesn't matter. You put yourself out there anywhere. People are gonna love you, yes, but people are gonna hate you also, yes. And I get a lot of I get a lot of love comments, which I'm so grateful for, and I get a lot of hate comments too that say about my appearance or about my ability, whatever. And it's like those are the people you got to ignore, especially like if you want to be a big actor or actress or singer or star, whatever in this business, or even you wanting to be like a
mm-hmm.
big GM. Like at the end of the day, like you got to ignore that hate because those people hating, pardon me, but they're probably like some 85-year-old old lady or old man sitting in a basement hating being me. And I don't mean it's just because they're old, because it could be a 9-year-old kid. It could be someone your age even. I'm just saying people that are hating like that, remember and validate yourself, because I would never hate on a person like that. Even if I wasn't pursuing this industry, I have respect for people. I was raised right. I would never hate on somebody because I'm not a hateful person. But sadly, what took me a long time to realize is not everybody is made like you. And what I mean by that is not everybody was built with that same respect for people, and not everybody was built with that same view to not be mean to others. And my moral in life is treat others how you want to be treated always. Don't think you're too high or high off. Don't think you're too high on your horse where you can't fall off, and don't think you're too high on your horse where you're going to look down at other people, because honestly, every single one of us, even a big actor out there, is 4 paychecks away from living on the street. So don't think you're better than anybody else, because honestly, you're not. We're all the same. And to have that humble attitude at the end of the day, you need to just really realize like the worth of people and how to treat others. And me, like, I don't treat people good because, oh, I'm just trying to treat people good. Like, I treat people good because generally inside of me, I want to help people. But there are people out there that want to hurt people. And I think it's important for people to remember, like, those opinions, that hate that you get, don't focus on that, because that's going to kill your dream, because you're out there pursuing it. And what are they doing? They're not
Yeah.
pursuing anything. You look at most of these accounts, they don't even have a picture of themselves. So at the end of the day, don't let somebody validate you. Validate yourself first.
Yeah, people that are usually just online making fun of people and ripping on people because they're unhappy with their own lives and they don't have shit going on. So it gives them a sense of power or control, and it's just sad.
Right. Right. And even in a relationship or a friendship or a relationship with a family member, same thing. Don't let others validate you. Validate yourself first. If you feel like your friends aren't putting in the same effort you are, and you feel like they're being toxic to you, don't deal with that. Same with family, same with a relationship. Like, my relationship with Pluto is amazing, obviously, but I've been in other relationships before that have been toxic, that have been bad. And I've always been independent. So, like, for me, there was only one relationship where I should have left way sooner, but for the other relationships that were toxic, I did leave, because at the end
Hmm.
of the day, like, I'm not going to tolerate that. Like, you disrespect me in any way, and I've done nothing wrong to you. I'm a nice person, but I'm not going to tolerate that. And I think so many people think like being a nice person means you're going to be a doormat. Honey, that is not true. If you are a nice person, you're a nice person, but you don't got to be a doormat. Don't let people walk all over you. Do what you do for yourself, because at the end of the day, you got to look out for yourself at the end of the day, because nobody else is looking out for you.
Yeah, made sense. But
Sorry, I
with
went off on
no,
myself. My
that's good.
sassyness was coming out.
That's good. That puts us right at time. So thank you for being our guest today, Ginny. It was very nice to meet you. You seem like a very cool person.
Thank
Um,
you. No,
but why don't you go ahead and tell everyone where they can find you, and then anything like in the next week or so is coming up that you want to plug.
yeah, thanks, guys. Or thanks, guys. Thanks, babe. Um, you guys can find me anywhere. You guys can find me anywhere on my link tree. All my social medias on that. That's my TikTok, just being Jin. YouTube, just being Jin. Everything's just being Jin. My Instagram, my Facebook Shorts as well. Coming up, like I said, I got some fun skits coming up. I got that TikTok series on my TikTok channel. If you guys want to purchase it, please do. But if you also do purchase it, if you have questions for me, like from the content that you purchase, please ask me. Like, I'm just a DM away. Like, I don't want you to just purchase it and then like I may have said something in there that may have confused somebody. So I want to give that knowledge and help people. But if you got questions for me, like, hey, what do you mean about like when you're creating this scene or doing this or doing this? I'd be happy to answer. Like, literally, guys, I love helping people. So just ask me. Also, what else do I have coming up? I think that's it at the moment. Just waiting to hear back if I get on the circle, which would be so awesome. Um, and yeah, just some auditions with my agency. I've actually been applying to agencies also out for, because with my agency, let me state, I can't apply to agencies in a certain radius if I'm signed to my agency. So I've been applying to agencies out in LA and other
Mm-hmm.
places as well, and trying to get representation out there. Just because like my agency is awesome, but like I said, in Ohio, there's not a lot of work to book, sadly, in the tri-state area. So I'm trying to get opportunities to be able to do more of that. Also on my channel, I'm going to start doing a lot of like different type of monologues. Like I did one from Euphoria. My bestie Allison duetted it and killed it. She did amazing. So I posted her duet also on my channel. But I'm doing some from Shameless. I'm doing something from Ginny and Georgia. I want to kind of like mix it up a little bit and start doing those to show my acting range a little bit too more. So yeah, that's basically the things that I have coming up. So
All right, awesome. And as always, you can find me everywhere on the interweb at Pluto Cleric. I'm in a few different actual plays on my channel and the Initiative Order, where I'm a community leader there. Um, and then I have like 3 one shots for Pride Month on different channels next month. So keep an eye out for that, as well as the one thing I will promote every first and third Monday on my channel at 10 p.m. Eastern time. We are running a Pathfinder game with an all non-binary cast, where every episode we'll be raising money for the Trans Empowerment Project. So
let's
if you want
go.
to donate and support in any way, just reshare it, show up, join the chat, and just watch our chaotic group. We've had 1 episode so far. So if you want to catch up on that episode is up on my YouTube channel, which is also at Pluto Claret. So hope to have you there and hope that you can help out in any way you can. But until next time, this has been the Gainer Gossip, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye, guys.